My name is Professor Gehan Selim. I'm a professor of architecture in the School of Civil Engineering at the University of Leeds. And the title of my project is The Living Museum of Qais, Sustainable Preservation, Analysis and Recording of the heritage site of Gadara in Jordan. The Living Museum project responds to a major societal and economic challenge in heritage preservation that has been damagingly and severely impacted by conflict and climate change in the Global South. We started the work by creating a digital record of the Gadara site, and we're talking about the Roman part of Gadara, and that includes the Western Theatre, the Basilica, and the Boulevard, and the main path of the site. So we created and we developed VR scanning technologies that supported the accurate laser scanning of these places, and we also engaged the local community in understanding and supporting and co-producing the digital recording of that. And we also trained them on how to create their own digital records and digital platforms. So we're keeping this kind of live museum happening and occurring all the time. So it's more of a bottom-top approach, that the recording and the documentation is done and implemented by the local community, but not from the researchers. Part of the work we have trained the youth to do is to create their own digital records and platforms of creating photogrammetry and 360 virtual tours of the site using their phones. And phones really are a very important element now. Everybody has a smartphone, so it was an easy tool for them is to have a tour on the site and identify what are the artifacts that are valuable and make sense, and they want to keep that kind of memory alive. Trying to create a huge series of about 300 photos through taking one object and turning around of it, and then taking it to the software on their laptops and creating a 360 reversible object that you can see from every side. So this kind of documentation has been happening, and we started with a very small voluntary tour of 6 or 7 volunteers on the site, and now this network expanded to 150. We firstly stepped into the Living Museum project with a plan for digital recording and documentation of the site, and there was an element that we thought about as a team for co-production with the community as well. But actually, we were not really sure how we're going to implement this until we went to the place and we have engaged with the community, engaged with our partners and stakeholders to co-design how the activities will be shaped and delivered and produced. So this was one of the really important things of creating the collaborative links with the partners to understand how could the project be successful and how could it be successfully delivered as well. The co-production methodologies we used in Jordan were really authentic and new way of testing and experimenting and piloting how this works. But from the outputs and the outcomes we have received, I think it's more informing a lot of the other projects that I'm leading at the moment. So we're able now to generalize more of the ways of engaging the youth, and we have seen a high level of engagement and understanding of how the youth are able to be very creative and innovative about their ideas and engaging with heritage and taking the ideas really forward beyond our expectations, and to see really marvelous ideas coming out of that, and even taking it on the level of research and doing masters and PhDs out of it.